Welcome to Funnel Factor, where we break down the landing pages of our favorite internet marketers so we can see what they're doing to get more leads and sales. Yes, okay, more leads and sales in their funnels, and that you guys can go and apply these strategies into your own funnel strategy as well. So this is day 2. We're going to take about 15 minutes to go back to Russell Brunson's DotCom Secrets page, and we're going to dive in. So yesterday, if you missed it, or just as a refresher, oh, by the way, put hashtag live in the comments if you're hanging out with me live. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. I don't see anything that you can't hear me, so we're going to say we're good. And put hashtag replay if you're watching this later on. Okay, so if you missed yesterday, I told you about there's 5 factors that I look at every time I go and look at someone's landing page or website or funnel, just to see if there's any room for improvement. And I call this the trust test. There's 5 factors. So T.R.U.S.T, trust. Yesterday we went over title, and that was focusing in on Russell Brunson's headline here. So if you missed that, go watch that later. Stay with me now. Today we're going to be focusing on R, and that stands for read. And basically what we're going to be looking at today is like how the flow of the copy is working. And I'll give you, I'll let you know, I'm not a copywriter by any means, but I do understand the basic principles of what should be included in the copy. So we're going to dive in and we're going to look at what Russell has going on here. Okay, thank you, Tanya. Hey, Diana. Hey, RJ. Hey, Sue. And McCall. Hey, everybody. Thank you for being here. Okay, so I will tell you, I did watch this video, and what Russell has in the video is basically the same thing as what he has written out, which is standard practice. The video is for people that like videos. The copy is for people that would rather just read. They don't want to be watching a video. Okay, but it's basically the same. So we're going to move past the video, and we're going to come down here to where we have like the meat of the copy starting. Okay, so what I actually want you guys to do, we're going to have some participation today. So first of all, put hashtag read, because that's what we're focusing on today. And that way we can, if you want to search for all of the read videos that I end up doing, you can find them pretty easily. So put hashtag read down in the comments. And I also want you guys to, as we're reading through the copy on this page, I want you to pick out everything that is speaking to the reader's emotions, because that is the first thing that you have to sell someone on. You have to speak to their emotions. They are sold emotionally first before logically. And so the first thing you want to do on landing pages or sales pages or whatever it is where you're trying to sell something or get somebody to do something, you want to speak to emotion first. Are you guys with me? Put emotion down in the comments. Okay, so we have attention, entrepreneurs, small business owners, online marketers, and marketing agencies. So this isn't, we're not speaking to emotion yet, but he's right away, like down here on further down this page, he is calling out exactly who he is speaking to. So if there's any question on if this thing is for you or for me, if we fit into one of these, we know we're in the right spot. We know that this is something we might be interested in, right? So right away he's calling that out. This is a really great tactic. A lot of times we see this at the top of the page, and we don't. Let's speak a little bit about funnels for a moment. If you are someone that has like a website, you will commonly see, you've got your navigation bar and all that stuff. Funnels don't typically have those things, but Russell has them here because, they're a big time company, and they, people that come and visit his pages expect there to be an easy way to log in. If they bought DotCom Secrets, I know that there's an offer after you buy the book that is an upsell into like a membership area. So like dotcomsecrets.com is a really easy URL to remember how to like get back to where you log in. So that's why I have that. They are big on affiliate programs. So they have an affiliate thing and support. Like people need help. People need some help. So there's a support link, and the order now button is obviously just getting them to buy the thing. Notice that there's no like blog link. There's no social media links. There's no about us link, right? It's not your typical website. So I just want to get that right out of the way. But what I was saying was that sometimes people put this attention thing, like call out, right at the top, which is a great tactic too. So then we move down, we've uncovered a new secret funnel strategy. And if you guys watched yesterday, we really dove into like using the words new and secret, really make people feel like this is like the missing thing. And this is new, this must be the missing puzzle, right? So that right there could be speaking to emotion. You think? Like new, it's new. Like maybe this is the thing that I've been missing. The reader might be like, I just can't get this to work. What am I missing? And they might be like, oh, well, this is something that I haven't had yet. I don't know about this yet. Maybe this is it. So that could be speaking to emotion, right? That almost nobody knows about. Again, still touching on that same emotion. That has the ability to grow your company faster than anything else you've ever experienced. Okay, so we're gonna dissect this line a little bit because it's interesting that he's got grow your company faster. This is the first time in the page so far that he's mentioned any kind of time, right? Because yes, we can probably be growing our business without this book. Most likely we can grow our business without .com Secrets, but it might be taking us so long to do it, to figure it out, to be like going through all of those trial and errors like on our own, and that could be a really big pain point for someone. They're emotionally saying like, well, I know how to like get clients or customers. I know how to do that, but it's taking forever. Like I need to be getting bills paid. I need to, be saving up for my kids' college fund or whatever it might be, right? I want to take my family on a vacation, but it's taking forever to do it. That's an emotional thing. And it's like, okay, well, he's saying that I can do this faster than anything else I've ever experienced. Like, that's pretty cool. Like, maybe this is the thing for me, right? That is a huge pain point. Okay, so we haven't even really gotten into the copy yet, guys. Now we're going into where Russell starts talking about his story. And this, whenever you see someone talking about their story, if they've done it right, this is where they are hitting on the emotion. So if you take anything away from this video today, is that telling your story, if you have in fact gone through the experience that your ideal customer and client have gone through, telling your story and getting vulnerable about what happened and like how you moved past it is speaking to their emotions, because you are basically saying like, you're not alone. I've gone through this too. Here's how I got through it. So my name is Russell Brunson, and I'm part of an underground group of entrepreneurs that you've probably never heard of, yet you've probably seen our companies consistently hitting the Inc. 500 list as some of the fastest growing companies in the world. Again, he's hitting on that fastest growing. Like, that's a huge pain point, which is kind of crazy, especially considering the fact that we launched just 5 short years ago, and we did it with just a few guys in a tiny office in Boise. Okay, how is this emotional? Do you think that maybe there's some people out there that are going through the same struggle right now? Like, they're just a startup. There's just a group of 5 friends, or 2 friends, or whatever it might be, just a group of friends that are just trying to get their business ideas up and off the ground. Like, Russell's really putting himself into the relatable position where it's like, I've been where you are. We were just in a tiny little office trying to get this going. We had no money. Do you think this is emotion? I mean, yeah, it's got to be emotion, right? We had no money. Like, oh, I have no money now. What? I have no venture capital. I have no one funding my idea. I can't get funding. I don't want to get funding, whatever it might be. And interestingly enough, our 2 big competitors had both just taken on huge rounds of funding, one getting 38 million and the second getting over 127 million. Like, that's like, if you are someone that is trying to get your business up off the ground, especially like a startup, like where you were maybe seeking funding and you couldn't get it, and you see all these other people around you getting it, like, that sucks. Like, they're feeling that pain. And Russell's calling it out, like, hey, we've been there. Look, here's the graphics to show it. Yet, we were able to take our idea, plug it into this secret funnel strategy, and beat both of these companies. Like, holy cow. Okay, we were able to take our idea. How many of you guys have ideas? or started with an idea? How many people out there with businesses, entrepreneurs, whatever, have just an idea? And you're like, if I could just make this idea successful, I know that I can help people. I know that, I can turn it into a business. But that's the tricky part, right? So he's addressing that right off. Like, we just took our idea, plugged it into the secret funnel strategy, and beat both the companies. Like, boom, like we did it. We didn't need the venture capital. So like just going through this story of telling like how they were able to not only beat their situation, but beat the competition is highly, highly emotional without ever taking on a penny of outside funding. And in just 3 short years grew by over 4,232%. Again, yesterday we talked about numbers. Anytime you can put in specific numbers, so good. Like, it just makes your story obviously more believable, more trustworthy, and specifics like just they just touch the emotions easier than if you were like rounding up or saying like over 4,000%. Like, that's not as powerful as over 4,232%. So we talked about that a lot yesterday. Okay. On top of that, according to Forbes, we were also, now he's kind of going into like some, almost some social proof type of stuff. Like, here's what we were able to accomplish. We were these things. Number 7, fastest growing software company. Number 10, highest gross revenues. Number 1, fastest growing software company. Like, this is like, look what we were able to accomplish, right? Not necessarily emotion, but I guess it could touch on someone's emotion, right? It could be like, you have big dreams, you're trying to accomplish these things, and you're struggling. But we were able to figure it out, and this is what we were able to do. So he's not saying it in those words, but that's basically the feeling someone might be getting reading this copy, right? Okay, Tanya, you're so right. Telling your story to speak to their emotions. That's exactly what Russell is doing here. Then he's going into, so what is the secret funnel strategy? Okay, so we've touched on emotion. After you have like connected with them emotionally and have been like, okay, I know what you're feeling. I know where you have been or where you are now, and I know how to get through this problem, or at least, I've been able to do it. I can teach you how I did it. Then you start going into, I don't know if he's doing it here yet, but then you start going into logical arguments. So let's keep reading. Keep telling me in the comments if you are seeing more emotional words, phrases, or if you think that we're going more into the logical arguments. So what is the secret funnel strategy, and how can you use it to grow your company? Over the past decade, we have run tens of thousands of split tests to figure out which funnels work for almost every situation you can dream of. So right here, he's talking to like, there's like, this will work for you. We've done it for so many different things, and almost every situation we've been able to like figure out which things work, right? If your goal is to generate leads, we have funnels for that. If you want to sell a product or service, there are specific funnels for that as well. So this is getting more into that logical space of like, this is for you if, boom, if you're trying to generate leads, if you're trying to sell a product or a service. He's calling out like, again, making sure that the reader knows that this works for them. Shortly after we launched ClickFunnels, I wrote the first edition of this book, DotCom Secrets, as a playbook to show other companies how to quickly grow their companies with the same funnels that we use to grow our companies. So I love that he has this bolded right here where it's like the same funnels. Like this, I'm basically telling you exactly how I did it, how me and my team did it. And I'm going to give you the exact same thing, the same systems, the same funnels. And I think people in your in your copy, when you're trying to sell somebody something, that brings comfort, right? That's like, oh, this person like figured out how to be successful, and now they're trying to teach something that they didn't really even do to become successful. So it's comforting knowing like they know how they got through all those problems, how they made it through all the trial and error, and they figured it out, and they process, like they created a process for that, right? Created frameworks. They're going to give me the exact same thing that they did. The sales funnel frameworks that, and again, this like is going more into it. The sales funnel frameworks. This is the best-selling book that will give you access to all the processes, funnels, frameworks, and scripts that we use to scale our companies online. Again, touching on that, like we're gonna give you exactly what we did, and so you can go and create it on your own. Okay, so we're gonna move down, and this is definitely selling on the logical part. So again, emotion first. Tell your story, or tell someone's story that can connect to your reader on the emotional level. Then go into the logical argument. Like, here's all the reasons why you should care about this. And then I think, let's see, this is definitely moving into some social proof stuff. And that is also speaking, I feel like that can speak to emotion and logic, depending on how you're reading it and how it's presented. So let's go through, and I want to hear your ideas. I want to know your thoughts. Like, do you feel like this next section that we're about to go through is speaking to the reader more emotionally or more logically? So we definitely have like some social proof up here, right? New York Times bestselling author. And this is just the title again. So the first edition went on to sell more than 205,381 copies, and helped countless others to quickly grow their companies online with sales funnels. In the past few years, over 789 people have won one of our 2 Comma Club awards for making over 7 figures inside of their funnels. So I want to know what you guys think. Is it emotion or is it logic? And I'm looking at the comments to see what you guys put in here. 56 have won the 2 Comma Club X award for grossing over 8 figures inside one of their funnels. So let's just like take a moment and think about awards in general. Like, is the award a reason to have success in your business? Is that like, I'm going to start a business so I can earn the 2 Comma Club award? Is that like a logical reason to go and start a business so you can get the 2 Comma Club award? I don't think so. I think it's more emotion. Yeah, Tanya said emotion. I 100% agree. It's like a bonus. It's like a thing. Like, we want to feel validated. We want to feel like we've earned something. Yes, we're building a business. Yes, we're earning money, but it's like, oh, I want that. It's like the FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. And that's exactly the next part of what you should be putting on your pages. So we start with emotion, then we go to logical arguments, and then you move into that fear of missing out, or like scarcity or urgency. But this, I feel like this is touching on that, right? It's that FOMO, the fear of missing out. It's like, this is an award that people are getting. Look at all these people that are getting these awards. It's like, I want that award. I actually have a client who I will keep nameless, but the first time that I started working with her, she's like, Susan, I'm getting that 2 Comma Club award. I was like, oh, okay. Like, that was her big motivation. She's like, I'm going to be on stage and I'm going to get that award. I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's make it happen. So I thought it was interesting that was like one of the drives behind why she wanted to be successful. Like, she just wanted to be able to prove herself, right? So that is so powerful. We go from emotion to logic to then like fear of, I want that award, right? I want, oh my gosh, look, we've got 2 Comma Club C awards, and we've got look, all these different markets that have earned these awards. Like, I fit into one of those. I could definitely, like, that could be me. That could be me, right? Like, that's what the reader's thinking. Like, I want that. And then he goes into, of course, call to action. And oh my gosh, we're like totally out of time. How did the time run out? No one told me the time was up. Okay, so there is so much here that we couldn't even go through. Look, we're not even halfway through the page. Would you guys like me to keep going through the copy for tomorrow, or I can move on to the next factor that I go and look at? Totally up to you. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to go read through your comments, but I want to let you know, if you are wanting me to tag you in the live tomorrow so you don't miss out, put hashtag me down in the comments. I will get you tagged in so that you get reminded when I go live tomorrow. We're going to be focusing again on .com Secrets landing page, and we'll see if we keep going with the copy and breaking that down, or we might move on to the third factor in the trust test, which is really, really fun. I actually really like that. I think Wednesdays are going to become a favorite. So we might just move on to that. I think that'll be good. I think we dissected into the copy a lot more than we need to continue it to day 2. So Diana's in for tomorrow. Tanya's in for tomorrow. Put hashtag me down in the comments if you want me to tag you into the live when I go live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.